Welcome everyone. My name is Anna. I'm a client manager at Honey Barrett and I work with medical professionals to make tax and pensions less stressful. Today we're going to walk through how to use Xero to stay compliant with making tax digital. I'll be asking the questions that you're likely to be asking yourselves.
And my name is Natalie. I'm a GP client manager, and like Anna, I work with medical professionals and part of the Xero team here at Honey Barrett. I'll be showing you a couple of things in Xero to help you along with making tax digital and hopefully avoid a couple of pitfalls, especially if you're a locum GP that pensions their income.
Okay, so before we jump into the demo, I think I'll quickly explain what making tax digital means for clients using Xero. Making tax digital requires sole traders and landlords to keep digital records and submit quarterly returns directly through compatible software like Xero. Today, we'll focus on how your income needs to be recorded correctly, particularly if you receive payments that include your fee for professional work undertaken and your employer pension contribution. Okay, so Natalie, so why do locum GPs need to split those particular payments out in Xero?
Great question. HMRC wants clear digital records showing what part of the income is taxable trading income and what part of employer pensions contributions, which is not treated in the same way.
Oh, yes, of course, because employers' pension contributions are an in-out transaction. So the practitioner receives this from the practice, but pays it straight back out to PCSE.
Correct. So treating it as income wouldn't be correct and they should not be included in the MTD updates.
Okay, so how would I start reporting my income in Xero?
Right. So firstly, we need to make sure that you have the correct codes in the chart of accounts in Xero. To do this, you need to go to Accounting, Chart of Accounts. You will then see a large list of codes, which has been pre-populated by Xero when you set up your Xero subscription. You'll notice that there are different tabs after the All Accounts, and your first three will be your balance sheet codes, and then you've got your expense and revenue, profit and loss codes.
Okay, so your day-to-day income and expenses.
Correct. Now, to make things simple, when you start adding codes in, go to the section that you would most likely need to use. So in this case, we're going to go to revenue because we need to set up the locum income code.
Okay.
So when you've set up Xero, you'll have a generic 200 sales income code. We are going to use this for our locum income. We're going to change this to say locum income. So if you click on it and then just update the name to say locum income and hit save, it's as simple as that. If you do not have that code or have used it for something else, you just simply use the add account, select the account type being revenue, or if you've got expenses, include a code. It will let you know if it's already been used or not, and then put in a name. Now, for revenue, Xero generally tends to use all the 200 codes. So please make sure that you've got them in there. Now, I've already pre-populated some additional income streams. These are not generic to Xero, so you will need to add these in manually.
Okay, so the practitioner can specialise their Xero and personalise it according to the work that they do?
Correct. Now, you've also got expense codes, and they typically seem to be 300 to 400 codes. Obviously, just check that you haven't already got a code in there before you set another one up.
Okay, so you've shown us how to input the total amount of income received in hand, but how do we show that split between the professional fee for the work done and that portion that is the employer contribution that we don't want to report to HMRC?
Right. So when you've set up your Xero subscription, hopefully you would have linked your bank to have the automatic feeds coming in. And when you've done that, you go to Accounting, Bank Accounts. Then hopefully you will have your bank set up ready waiting for you, and you would have transactions already imported. These are usually updated daily from between Xero and your bank. If you click on the reconcile items, it will be on the reconcile screen. On your left hand side is all the transactions that have been pulled in from your bank account.
Okay, and that's income and expenditure.
Correct. And it's told by where it says spent and received. On your right hand side this is what you're going to do to allocate all your income and expenses. So we're going to jump to this first transaction here of the locum income that you've received in. Now, this is a total amount, including the employer's contributions that you've got in there, as well as your gross income that you've earned from the work you've done.
Okay.
So in order to allocate this, the best thing is to click on Add Details. It will expand out, so you've got more lines to work with. The from will automatically generate from the bank transaction, but you can change this. The date will be the same, automatically generated from the bank transaction. In the reference, you can put whatever reference you would like. I would say probably best use like the invoice number that you have, that you've raised for that particular income. In the description, again, I'd probably put the invoice number and what it relates to. The quantity will always be 1, and your unit price, put this as the actual amount of locum income that you've earned.
So those are the fees for the work that's been undertaken.
Correct. Now for allocation, I'd put it to the account which we've just created of 200, the locum income account. In the next line, you'll now need to put your employer amount that you've received. Again, be quantity 1, and then the amount of employer contribution that you've been received. However, for the account, as this is an in and out, as we've described earlier, we want to put this to a control account of pensions payable.
Okay, so that's like a holding account for the pension until we want to do something else with it.
Correct.
Okay.
And then once you've entered all that, just save the transaction and reconcile it, and then it disappears.
Okay, so now it's nicely split out in Xero. What do we need to do when we pay that pension contribution over to PCSE?
So in a very similar fashion, once you've actually made the pension payment out of your account, it will then automatically feed into your Xero data. And just like we've done with your income, you just got to allocate it out. So you hit Add Details, be to NHS Pensions Authority, date. Your reference again can be the month it relates to. So we'll say it will be April 6. In your description, again, you can say pension contributions. And then you do not need to split this up between employees and employers. You can just leave it as a total figure. And then you put this to the same code we had as a holding account of 858. This will then partly match against your employers that you received, and will only leaving the employee side of stuff, which will be dealt with at the end of the year.
Okay, that's useful to know. Thank you.
And just as a best practice, we suggest maybe attaching the actual locum B form it relates to. So in order to do that, just click on the paper and hit Upload Files. This will help generally going forward that if you want ease of access to check something, or for us when we do your tax returns, that we have the access to the documents already and you don't have to send them to us separately.
Okay, great. So that keeps an audit, sort of digital audit trail that HMRC would expect.
Yes, and income and expenses are digitally recorded and fully traceable and ease of access.
Oh, brilliant. Okay. So what about common mistakes? Can you run me through some of the issues that you've seen clients run into when using Xero?
So some of the common pitfalls, as we've already gone through, one of them is recording the entire receipt, that's your locum income and the employer contribution, as income. This means you're overstating your taxable income.
Okay, we don't want to do that.
No. The next bit, we're not setting up separate accounts for the different types of income streams you have. So if you've got pensionable and non-pensionable, for instance.
Oh, okay. So for example, things like crematorium income, that would be pensionable, so we could put that to a different code.
Correct.
Okay.
And then of course, pension contributions themselves, if you've posted them to the profit and loss, you'll be, as an expense, you'll be understating your taxable income to HMRC.
Okay, that's useful. So today we've learned how to split locum income where needed, where to post non-pensionable income, and how to deal with our pension contributions paid over.
Correct. And obviously we are here to help if anyone needs any help. We can review your Xero setup, we can create custom chartered account structures, and we can provide one-to-one training if you would like us to help.
Oh, great. Well, that's reassuring to know that there are experienced Xero experts at Honey Barrett that are available to help. Thank you, Natalie.
Thank you, Anna.